So I thought I haven't done any videos like this for a while with um the intention of releasing them, and um I thought going back to doing what I used to with like reviews of stuff. One of the problems that I felt I had before was being able to ramble, um, and I would go through like um, 20 different topics on one um, video. Whereas now, what I'm trying to do is get all the things that I want to talk about and review them all separately. My all three of my neighbors, four of my neighbors seem to want to shout insults at me through the walls, death threats. They seem to want to get this girl to break into my flat. I figured that some of them, like one of them, shouted something at me last night about the evidence they have on me. I was looking up. Sorry, I need to keep recording this because the couple downstairs are owned by Chinese people, and all they seem to be able to do is like imitate what I'm saying in a childish voice. So I thought I need to obviously translate for them because they can't understand what I'm saying. So I'm just doing a quick Chinese translation for them so that they can understand because I think it's quite unfair, really. Obviously, the problem with people from Nottingham, that Nottinghamshire police, is that, well, that they have a disability, really. They have a learning difficulty. So shouting through my wall that they have so much evidence on me, when seemingly what they have is the ability to have attempted to set me up and for it to have not worked out. Don't have anything, otherwise I'd be arrested. Um, so yeah, I mean, I felt like I need to obviously do a translation for these people. I need to do some sort of like elderly folks translation for these people. Um, I need to speak really simply for these people. Um, this guy, I think he just works for a locksmiths in Radford, and for some reason tried to send his kid to be an undercover. Don't really know, or his brother. I don't know really what relation they are. Um, I've got them to fuck me over. It's quite strange. This whole like, this is a town full of people that wanted to create an artist. I don't want to be an artist. Don't give a fuck about anything that you're saying that you've given me. Can I make that any clearer? Would have rather been into what I was into as a kid, what I naturally was into. Would have rather stayed being good at what I was naturally good at as a child. Instead, you intentionally gave me brain damage over and over and over again, and now you've given me back about a tenth of the ability that I have as a kid. You're saying I should be grateful. So I guess off the back of that, maybe what I should talk about is what I was just thinking about with the elderly first. Um, as
我宁愿继续做我小时候
I
最
guess that
擅长的事。你故意
I'm
一
getting a lot of
次
hatred
又一次
from
的
the
给我造
elderly,
成脑损伤，现在你又给了
and it
我
seems
大约
quite
10点
strange,
的能
really.
力。我小时
Um,
候所拥有的能力就是说
so
应
what
该
what I
感
feel like
激，
is
所
going
以
on
我想也许我
is
应该谈谈，
that
这
I'm
就是
trying to
我刚刚对
translate
老叶子的思
the way
考。
that politicians are speaking, the way that the creative industry is speaking for people that either do speak like that, or basically I feel like I'm Harry Potter in well in Harry Potter where he can speak snake, right? So I feel like what I'm doing is I'm watching these people and I'm reading these articles, and I'm seeing what's going on, and I'm going, this is their intention. And what's going on is you've got a crowd of elderly people, right? that are listening, that are lapping up everything that these people are doing and saying, and they're going, "Yay, 4 more years," or what the fuck ever. And I'm going, you do understand that what that person on the stage just said is they want to murder you and they want to make the last 20 years of your life horrendous. They want to build it so that your family don't give a fuck about you, so that you get no phone calls, no texts, so that people resent their parents, so that they want them to have this assisted suicide and whatever, so that they want to push them, psychologically torture them into assisted suicide, so they can take their money. You think we're setting it up so that we have a diet where it's not. They basically say they have this whole thing where they say you need at least 5 different sources of minerals and vitamins each day, right? They say that that's what you need. However, what they're saying is that that's the minimum amount that you should have, not that that's what your body requires to function with any sort of energy that it should do, but that's the minimum requirement. They then try and shape everybody to live in this like one mold. It's got nothing to do with like England is multicultural as fuck. Going back to the fact that we have so many different DNAs in our DNA. Look at our language. So you think that, and then they're trying to get us all to live in this one mold, which is insane. Trying to make us live in the which, and you think that even if the monarchy is trying to get us to live, like if the religion is trying to get us to live like the monarchy, they're not even English. They're like some offshoot of Eastern European. So you think like, why would we even want to live like? They've got nothing to do with the people of this land anyway. So it seems insane that we would even want to live in something built for us by them. Like I experiment with my diet constantly and it seems to do well. I've noticed that eating just primarily protein is good for some reasons. I've noticed that bringing sugar in, not in large amounts, but bringing carbohydrates back into my diet, I almost feel hungover in the morning. I have loads more energy for exercise. Anyway, the elderly thing. So I feel like what's going on is you've got these people on stage, whether they're classed as right wing, left wing, central, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. They all have the same goal in mind. And they're literally saying, we're going to kill you. We're going to take more and more of your money so that this whole thing, right, where a lot of the people that kick off about kids not working and having a shite work ethic, right? They're now looking at what's going on with these laws that are being passed, and they're basically seeing that the government is going to take half their shit. The government is going to go and take 50% of what they pass on to their kids, right? So you've got these people going, the whole country's got no bloody work ethic, right? And you're going, well, what's the fucking point in even having a work ethic when the government, everything that you've worked for, they're going to take half of it. Everything that you pass on to your kids, they're going to take half of it after they've already probably taxed you at about 40% for most of your fucking life. Because if you're thinking we don't earn that much money, so we're not paying 40% tax, look at how much tax and VAT is on everything. Every single thing that you buy. You go on Amazon and pay for something that doesn't have the VAT included, then look at the VAT added afterwards. There is a high amount of tax on everything in this country. So they tax you on everything, and these people, I feel like what's happening is you've got a stage of like politicians where they're literally with a smile on their face, they're saying, we're going to rob you, we're going to take everything you have, we're going to pass laws we're going to pass laws where we allow you to commit suicide. But what that basically means is we're going to get your kids to force you into suicide through psychological torture, because that's the world that we're building now. We're going to make it so that if you don't commit suicide, you're going to be put into an elderly folks home that are run by people that see it as a business, that want you in and out as quickly as possible. So they're just going to torture you to make it so that you have a fucking sour mind, so that you die a lot easier. And I'm here going, yo, that's what they actually just said. And they're not, they're telling you that this is something to do with fucking over like immigrants or something. They're telling you that this is something to do with the young people having a shite work ethic. That's what they're actually saying. And I'm literally getting elderly people bandstanding going, this is because 7 years ago, when you were in your mid 20s, you used to play loud music. Like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? And the majority of them, ex-coppers, ex-military. And they go, well, you used to play loud music when you lived in a residential area when you were in your mid 20s. So, so that means that we won't listen to you. The people that we will listen to are these people saying that everything you've worked for, after complaining about young people having no work ethic, is going to get fucking taken when you pass it on to your children. What's your option with it if you don't want to pass it on to someone that you choose? You don't want to pass it on to someone that you choose. They're going to force you to give it to the government, or you're going to give it to a charity, which, as I've worked for a few charities in Nottingham, I'm going to tell you the majority of them are crooked pieces of shit. Look at AA, look at Framework. They take homeless people into their shelters after working for the police, working for the military, fucking people over for their whole lives, and then stealing their life stories and creating characters in series, TV series, films to fuck them over, make money off it, hoping that those people will kill themselves. And if they don't, doing more and more and more until they will, and claiming that it's to toughen them up. Look at the situation like I probably got. In fact, that's my review of what's going on with the elderly at the minute, and what's going on with what I'm personally seeing with how I get treated by the elderly and how they think I'm treating them. I think I'm doing nothing more than translating what they're saying, and they seem to think it's I shouldn't be doing that. That they want to head into this situation smiling and thinking that it's all okay.